What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Rideshare Hub. My name's Greg. I've got a great video for you guys today. This is actually from one of our listeners named Tony. He sent in this email to us, and I wanted to go over this with you guys. It's an interesting scenario. I doubt too many people have run into this. I definitely hope not, but I have heard like some stories about stuff like this happening. So basically, Tony had a rider who threw up in his car. And he did the right process like he normally, like most drivers would. He sent it into Lyft and said, hey, somebody puked. So they, told him go to a cleaner, get it cleaned, send in the receipt, and then bippity boppity bam, we're going to send you that money. So he went to a personal cleaner, he got it cleaned, he had before and after pictures, he even got a receipt for it. And when he sent it in, Lyft emailed him back and said because the last two times this had happened, he didn't send a receipt, they weren't going to compensate him this time. Basically what had happened to our guy Tony is the last two times he had had someone puke in his car, he didn't send in receipts. And I've done that before. I've forgot to send receipts, and I've never had a problem getting compensated by Lyft for it either. They always have. So this is an interesting situation because, what do you really do? He did ask us in the email. He's like, well, is there anything I can do? Unfortunately, he even sent the email that Lyft emailed him back, and they even said that it was reviewed by team leaders and no changes would be made at all. So that's not, normally I would say call and bug them and bug them and bug them. I've had so many scenarios where I've told people just pester them and they'll eventually pay you. In this case, unfortunately, they were pretty legit. So my advice for Tony would have been to definitely have used Cover. I think this is a scenario where Cover could potentially really have helped him out. Again, because now Cover's going to fight for you, So now you're not just this measly rideshare driver. You've got some power on your side. And that's why I like things like Cover, because it puts the power back in our hands and we're not fighting these massive mega corporate junkies. You got to think with companies like Uber and Lyft, they're not really ever worried about getting sued by drivers because they know how much we make and they know how much of our money they take, So they know that they're like, really, you're going to come try me in court? Guess what? I'll bleed you dry and I'll take your job from you. And so that's why you want something like Cover, guys, and link in the description, because now you've got a lawyer that's calling Uber or Lyft and basically saying, hey, this isn't right, my client did all the right steps for this to not happen, and now it's not you. It's someone who knows the law, it's someone who's professional, and it's someone who honestly just their title holds a lot more power than you. So that would be my main advice in these situations. But again, this is why I've been telling you guys, get on Cover, because I don't think they can handle pre-existing issues. I think it has to be an issue once you've been signed up with them. So you're going to get 30 days free on us. I've got the link in the description. There's no reason you don't check it out for a month and see if you like it and see if it could help. It's very cheap after that too. So it's very, very much worth it. But yeah, that's a pretty crummy scenario. And to my man, Tony, I'm very sorry that you had to go through this. Like I've always said, Uber and Lyft, they don't really care about drivers. That's always the big thing, is they act like they're so concerned about our well-being, and they're really not. That's just the truth of the matter, and their actions prove this over and over and over again. I've told you guys a lot of my own stories. I've had numerous times where people have showed me on their end that they tipped me, and then the tip doesn't show up. I've had numerous times where I know there's earnings that are missing. That's why we push Cover, because in the 4 or 5 years that I've been driving, I have run into numerous scenarios where I could have used Cover and I didn't have it. All right, so great story from our guy Tony. Thank you for writing in, man. If you guys have issues or things you want me to talk about on the channel, or a specific scenario or story that happened to you, or something you think that may have happened to me that would be helpful, I would love to do a video on that. So write some of those in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Be sure to like and subscribe. Check out Cover. And I will talk to you guys really soon.